Thank you so much for watching Landumc Goes There. Please subscribe and hit the like button and the bell notification button. In 1973, Terrence Malick introduced us to a period crime drama film that was written, produced, and directed by himself called Badlands. The movie stars Martin Sheen, Sissy Spacek, Raymond Bieri, and Warren Oates. While the story is completely fictional, it is loosely, and when I say loosely, I mean very loosely, based on the real-life murder spree of Charles Starkweather and his girlfriend Carol Ann Fugate in 1958. The narrative unfolds in the late 1950s, when Kit, a young man in his mid-20s, exudes a restless energy and a James Dean-like swagger, a comparison that he has encountered frequently. 15-year-old Holly maintains a somewhat distant relationship with her father, who's a sign painter, largely because she serves as a constant reminder of his deceased wife, who died of pneumonia during Holly's childhood. These two paths converge when Holly and her father relocate from Texas to the small town of Fort Dupree, South Dakota, where Kit resides. A gradual romance blossoms between them, complicated by the significant age difference and Kit's less privileged background, which Holly feels she cannot disclose to her father. In a moment of impulsive desperation, Kit takes Holly's father's life when he attempts to take her away with him. After allowing time for the gravity of the situation to settle down, Holly chooses to accompany Kit, attempting to stage their own disappearance as double suicides by fire. However, they soon realize that their strategy has failed, leading to a bounty being placed on their heads. To protect their desired future together, Kit resorts to further violence, while Holly strives to support him, even as their situation begins to feel insurmountable as a challenge. Amidst all this turmoil, they engage in thoughtful reflections, both publicly and privately, about their philosophies and the realities of their existence in light of their circumstances. The director Malick filmed this picture in eastern Colorado between August and October of 1972. He paid himself no salary. His actors and crew weren't paid much either. The costume designer, the mechanic, and the director Malick himself all ended up acting in the movie. As not only director but producer, Malick suddenly found himself dealing with insurance costs, auto maintenance, unionizers, gun-wielding landowners, and a mutinous crew. His first cinematographer, Brian Probin, wouldn't shoot what Malick wanted, claiming that the scenes wouldn't cut together well. Probin's assistant then took over, but he also left. Some of their equipment was damaged by the film's fire sequence, and when a special effects man suffered severe burns, the director, unable to afford a helicopter, sent him to a distant hospital by car, and many crew members quit in protest of this. For the last 2 weeks of the shoot, the entire crew consisted of the director, the director's wife, and a local high school student. Then Malick ran out of money while he was editing, and he had to take a rewrite job to finish the film. When the project was shown to the New York Film Festival Selection Board months later, the film broke and the sound was really muddy. The picture was also out of focus. Yet beside all of that, it still landed the prestigious closing night slot and drew rave reviews. Warner's went on to pay $950,000 for the distribution rights to the film. The actor that was originally cast as the architect who rings at the rich man's door didn't show up on the day of shooting. So the director himself, Malick, played the part himself. But Malick wasn't satisfied with his performance, and he wanted to reshoot the scene with another actor. But Martin Sheen refused to redo the sequence with anyone else. Sissy Spacek went on to meet her future husband on the project, art director Jack Fisk, and they've collaborated together on 8 feature films during both of their careers. As I said at the beginning, the basic premise of the film is on the Charles Starkweather, Carol Ann Fugate crime spree that occurred, killing 11 people in Nebraska and Wyoming between November 1957 and January 58. The film has very few similarities to this crime spree that actually occurred. As a matter of fact, you have to really look hard at it to find any correlation between the two other than the crime spree itself and the fact that Kit was a garbage man just like Starkweather was. The real criminals that it's supposedly based on were convicted on charges of their parts in the homicides. Starkweather was sentenced to death and executed 17 months after the events happened. Carol Ann Fugate served 17 years in prison, gaining release in 1976. And I'm pretty sure she's still alive today and lives somewhere in Michigan, I believe, who had since remarried, and her name was changed to Carol Ann Clare, and she applied to Nebraska to have her conviction pardoned. And even the relatives of the murder victims supported her pardon application, but that pardon was denied. Now, Sissy Spacek, who plays her role, stated that working with Terrence Malick completely changed her whole attitude about filmmaking, and she believes that she would have had a much different career if she and the director hadn't crossed paths. Malick taught her during this film to seem almost wild one minute and serenely beautiful the next. It taught her how little you have to do or say in films to make an impression. Often, she expressed more with those huge blue eyes than with the words that she actually said. Go back and take a look at this film. I think it's a really well done film. If you're expecting it to be the true story about the Starkweather Fugate crime spree, you'll be completely disappointed because it's not. But it's still a really good film. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll continue to chase the classics.